much better. And I can't see your comments, but we're going to talk ingredients, so let's do this. I have already made one chocolate cake. It's already in the fridge cooling down. So I'm just going to be able to take you through the steps, get this in the oven, and then I can just pull the other one right out. So it's not going to be over long and drawn out. And then when we get through all of this, I will walk up and I will look at any comments or questions. I pretty much have the recipe all written out, so all I have to do is add it afterwards onto the website, put it up to your link, so you guys shouldn't have to wait too long to get this one. I made this last week for my youngest daughter's 29th birthday. She fell in love with it, and of course I posted pictures and everybody wanted the recipe, so I thought, okay, and I was asked, would you do a tutorial? So yes, I will. Let's talk ingredients. Let's talk ingredients. We only have 4 ingredients for this cake. It is eggs, 8 of them, chocolate chips, which I have 2 brands of chocolate chips that I have used today. The first cake that I made today, I was using the new Canto chocolate chips. Delicious. I was given just a bunch of them at KetoCon, so I made the first one with Canto. This one I am using Wholesome Provisions Chocolate Chips. Both chocolate chips are amazing. I cannot tell you that one is better than the other. And I will tell you they do look different. The chocolate chips from Canto are a little lighter in color. I will bring that around so that you can see. I want you to be able to see. Do you see the difference? One is much darker. This one is semi-sweet. This one is kind of bittersweet, okay? So there's going to be a difference in sweetness levels, all right? But the chips here are bigger. These are by Canto. These ones are slightly smaller, but bigger than Lily's, and they are by Wholesome Provisions. I thought it was important to point this out to you for a couple of reasons, guys. I'm thankful for Lily's chocolate chips because they have gotten us through the holidays. They got me through my first year, and I just love their chocolate chips. But they weren't as good for baking as I would hoped. Since then, there are companies coming out and trying to hit that mark, and both of these companies did it. So let's get started, guys. I'm going to use my stand mixer. I'm going to use the balloon attachment on the stand mixer. If you're not using a stand mixer and you're using a hand mixer, make sure that you grab the balloon, and it's going to take a while because you're going to want these eggs to double in volume and be very rich, and you want to go immediately to high speed on this. You don't want to start out low and work your way up. Oh, let's wait a second. Let's get those eggs cracked in there. You want to just go directly to high speed with a balloon, and you're just going to make these frothy, foamy, thick. And if you're like me, who loves cake batter, right? This cake batter, when it is complete, I would personally put it in a dish and serve it as a mousse. If you aren't afraid of raw egg, which I'm not, they're pretty safe these days. This is the best mousse you will ever taste. But if you want to take it to that next level, and you could bake these individual ramekins, you can make them into single serve so that you can make some for freezing. You can do that. Or, okay, did we get them all in? Yes, we did. My last one. There we go. 8 eggs into the bowl. And we are just going to put that attachment on there. Make sure it's on. Make sure that my mixer is on there all the way. Make sure it's locked down. And then high. We're going to go all the way up there. And I know that's loud, so I'm going to yell. Because while that's going, we're going to the next level. Oh, the 4th ingredient is butter. So we have chocolate chips, we have eggs, we have butter, and we have vanilla. Those are the 4 ingredients. By weight, you're going to want 8 ounces or 1 cup of butter, and we want to melt it 100%. So I'm just going to take this whole brick of Kerrygold. I'm going to put it in a nice deep bowl. melt it, and while it's still hot, when it comes out, it will be hot and melted, and I'm just going to dump the chocolate chips in there. These are coming along nicely. Just there we go. Minute or two here, I'll show you what the consistency of this looks like, guys. In the meantime, I need to grab that other one and get it out of my freezer. I don't want it to freeze on me. So already these eggs are just fluffy. I don't know if you can see them or not. But you can see how high they are. They've definitely doubled in volume. They have definitely doubled in volume, and they're foamy and they're thick. And what I'm going to do is take the butter and the chocolate chips, and I'm going to stir them with a whip and get them all melted. I think I'll go with a bigger one this time. And then we're going to add it to the eggs. So you'll see the process here. There we go. And it's almost melted, but that's all right. I'm going to take this, give it a little, there we go, whoosh, whoosh. And then you take 16 ounces or 2 cups of chocolate chips into the 8 ounces of butter, and you begin to stir, and the heat from the butter is going to melt these, and you're not going to burn. If they don't melt all the way, pop it in for 10-20 seconds. Try not to splash. You should have seen me earlier, guys. I am the world's messiest cook you would ever seen. I had splashed chocolate all over me. And I kind of just push these back out because they will get caught up in your whip a little bit. So just push them back out. Don't mind giving your fingers a lick. Now, you're going to taste this butter and chocolate mixture. If it tastes delicious to you, it's going to make a delicious cake. If it tastes bitter to you and you think it needs a little bit more sweetener, you can add like a tablespoon. I made this last week, and it was just right. It wasn't too bitter. It wasn't too sweet. Just delicious. I didn't add anything to it. Now there's a few little chocolate chips here that are holding out on me, so I'm going to pop this back in my microwave for just a second. And yes, I licked my finger and touched this food, but it's my cake. I can. And I'm going to pop that in. I'm going to wipe my fingers off real quick with my ever-present paper towels. And while we're doing that, we'll go ahead and I want to show you the kind of pan that works best for this cake. It is an 8-inch springform pan. You could probably get by with a 9-inch just as easily. An 8 or a 9-inch will be just fine. That thing got all soggy. So this is what it does. The bottom releases, and what you're going to do is you're just going to put it in there, use the little latch, and close it, and just like that. I'm going to give this another stir just to make sure that it's smooth and that the chips are all melted. Okay? There we go. In the meantime, I'm going to take my pan and I'm just going to give it a shot of some nonstick spray, which I've got the coconut oil, I think, here. No, it's the olive oil spray. And just give this around. And for added insurance, I have cut a circle of parchment paper, and I'm just going to put it on the bottom. It helps with the release of it. It makes sure it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan itself. There's it. No flouring. We're going to go back on high, and then I'm going to slowly pour this chocolate into my egg mixture. I need this out of here because I'm going to want my spatula next. And let's go back up. And I'm just going to slowly. You might have seen this picture on my Instagram earlier. Just want a fine ribbon. bit, but don't worry about it. Just keep going. And then when it gets a little thick, we're just going to help it along a little bit. Okay? This one is a little thinner for some reason, and I don't know why, but don't worry about it. It's still going to do what it's supposed to do. My last batch was so thick it was like frosting, but I stopped the egg process a little earlier. So now I'm going to add a teaspoon of vanilla. I scrape the sides around and just give it just a beat. Now this one is a little bit thinner than my last one was like, it was like frosting or whipped cream or mousse. It could be just the difference in the chocolate chips too. I will tell you that the chocolate chips that I used by Lakanto, you saw, it was just a big ball of fluff. But, let me grab another spatula. Okay, because all we're gonna do now, let me move this out of the way, is pour it in a pan and put it in the oven for about 30 to 35 minutes at 325 degrees, guys. You just want to take this, and it's still very thick. See, it is just like pudding. You just want to give this a pour. Here's another thing you can do. I just want to tell you guys, you know, I used vanilla. It's traditional. But if you wanted to use any flavor almond or extract you want, like if you wanted to make this like a chocolate mocha, use a little coffee extract. If you wanted to use almond extract, or you wanted raspberry or orange, if you wanted to just kick up the flavor of your chocolate cake, it's definitely an option. I wonder if you could probably put some nuts, some finely chopped nuts in there if you so wanted. Like I said, you could take this and you could pour these into individual cupcake pans. You could put these into ramekins and make them into individual servings so that you can not, if you're like me, you're tempted to eat all of it. I'm just thankful that I have a large family and they'll eat it whether it's keto or not. I'm going to taste this. Oh my God. So good. So rich, beyond rich. And you just want to give it a little tap and into the oven it goes. Excuse me. I got chocolate right at the back of my throat. And chocolate all over my hands. Let me wash. There we go. And wipe my hands off. And next comes the serving and getting to see how it goes. That's how easy this chocolate cake is. Do you love it? Yes? I don't know what it is with me today. I feel like my voice is going out. I have been talking non-stop Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. 6 days. 6 days I have not stopped talking all day and night long. All right, now here is the one thing, guys. This cake, you can top it with chocolate ganache and kick it up to the next level. I didn't have quite enough chocolate chips left over between making 2 full-on cakes to do 2 full batches of ganache, much less 1. So I have only about 5 ounces of chocolate chips. So I'm going to make a little dab of ganache to show it to you, and I'm going to plate it differently. but you can top this with ganache. You can top this with whipped cream. You can dust it with a little bit of powdered sugar and serve it with a few berries if you like. It's totally up to you how you want to serve this cake. When I made it for my daughter's birthday last week, I did make a full batch of ganache, and I covered the whole top with it and stuck a strawberry in the middle and called it good. So here's the trick to ganache, and you can't do it with the lilies. I'm sorry, guys, I'm not bashing lilies. Lilies, I love you, but I wish that your chips did not seize as much and break apart. So what you're gonna do, and these are the Lakanto chips, is you're just gonna put them in a bowl. And I have just a little bit of cream, probably about 1/8 of a cup, and I'm just gonna pour almost all of it in there. I'll pour all of it in there. And I'm gonna pop it in the microwave for about 30 seconds, that's all. I'll just hit that one button. Let me move this out of the way here. And I'm gonna get out some raspberries, a plate, to serve this on. Then I'm going to grab the cake itself, which, here's the other thing, the longer this refrigerates, the better it is. 3 hours is the minimum time that it's like sweet spot after 3 hours in the fridge. This one's only been sitting in there for about 45 minutes. So look, I'm just taking my chocolate chips and my heavy cream and just hot enough to get the cream hot enough to melt the chocolate chips. And just stir and stir and stir. If you want it a little thinner, it's thinner. But if not, it's fine. And look, guys, that is how you make ganache. That's all it is chocolate chips and heavy cream. So lucky to be keto. I'm so freaking lucky to be keto. And that's how you make ganache. All right. Are you guys thrilled? Are you loving how easy and fast this was? I could even take this to the next level and sweeten these berries up a little bit if I wanted to. Put them in a little bit of water, a little bit of sweetener, and let it just simmer and reduce. But hey, I'm keeping it semi-clean here. I'm gonna grab a little bit of powdered erythritol, just a titch, guys. I'm gonna get my little sifter out, and I'm gonna grab a knife. Here we go. And we're gonna cut this cake, and I'm gonna show you how you can serve it. I'm gonna go straight in. Oh, I didn't go straight, but I'm not gonna make this big. I was concerned that I might have let this go a little sooner, and it is going to, here we go, I gotta get it out of there. Oh, wait, there's more. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this ganache, and I'm gonna do it individually, and I'm gonna put a little bit on this plate, and I'm just gonna do that. And then I'm going to take my cake, which is a little bit like lava cake, guys. I should have let it go 2 minutes more, but I was pressing for time trying to get it out of the oven before I could start doing my live and get a shower. Okay? So I've got some chocolate cake. And then I'm going to take just a little bit. I've got chocolate everywhere on me today. Just when I think I have everything I need to do my lives, I always forget something. So you just want to take a little bit of your powdered erythritol, just a little, guys, and just slightly go over the top. That's it. I won't even use all this. I just want a dusting. And then I'm going to open up my raspberries and maybe just put a raspberry here. Oh, I'll just put it there. See how it rolled off. And I'll put this here. Ooh, I broke it again. I'll just put it around here and see how it just wants to break. And there we have beautiful chocolate cake. Mine is a little bit like lava, but that's how you make a molten lava cake as well. So I'm pretty happy. I will take the bite shot for you guys. I know you appreciate my sacrifice. And so I will just Is my silence answer enough? I'm telling you guys, this is absolutely delicious. Delicious, delicious. And that's how quickly it goes.